In this video, we will highlight some of the most prominent features of Wiper for developing rich web applications. Wiper adopts a side-by-side layout. This provides closer proximity between the visual programming environment on the left and the rendered view on the right. Users can integrate components by dragging them from the library onto the visual programming environment. The components are visualized as boxes with input and output interfaces. Some components provide visuals that are immediately reflected on the rendered view on the right. The proximity of the two views allow users to notice the change immediately. Once the component is rendered, they can be relocated and resized. Components can be wired together by pressing down on an output interface and letting go at an input interface. Clicking on the asterisk icon on the component reveals a text editor. Users can customize the component's properties using this interface. Once the user exits the editor, the change is reflected immediately. Pre-established wires can be undone by grabbing on the wire and tearing it off. Clicking on the H icon reveals another text editor. Users can customize the HTML rendered by the component using this interface. The changes are also immediate. Interactions can be scripted by adding controls such as buttons. You will notice that components that are rendered have colored borders that create a mapping between their two visualizations on the left and on the right. In this example, we will configure the button to send out the phrase "Thank you for clicking" when it is clicked. The phrase can then be routed to the text label to become rendered. This interaction can be tested immediately by exiting from the programming environment. In this demonstration, we create an interactive slideshow viewer. The slideshow will retrieve photographs from Flickr. First, we locate the Flickr Photo Provider component and integrate it into our application by dragging it out. To find out its requirements, we click on the question mark to consult its documentation. We are told that a username is required to be sent to its input interface named usernameIn. We then locate the message sender component and configure it to send a username out. We can now wire the two components together. In order to visualize the photographs, we need to integrate a visualizer component. We locate the slideshow view component and integrate it. The slideshow view can be moved to its desired location and resized for space. Now we wire the visualization component to reveal the photograph. We can further resize the component to accommodate for the size of the photograph. The amount of real estate dedicated to the two views can be modified by using the frame border in the middle. In order to provide slideshow capabilities, we will now locate and integrate button controls. We can place the two buttons at the desired location. The button labels can be renamed to communicate the respective functionalities. The button on the right will allow navigating forward, thus labeled Next. The button on the left will allow navigating backward, thus labeled Previous. We can now wire the two controls to the input terminals on the slideshow view that provides backward and forward navigation. We can exit the programming environment to test our creation.